Hello, my name is Pastor Andy Schroer from Redeemer Lutheran Church. A little over a week ago, I lost my Apple Watch. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not that worried about it. Even though I don't know where it is right now, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in my house. I just haven't looked for it thoroughly. It's got to be in my office or bedroom or somewhere. But I do have that lingering thought, that worry if I'm really going to find it or not. But earlier this week, I had a conversation with a lady who helped put my lost watch into perspective. You see, she's also lost something. 2 years ago, she lost her husband to cancer. And then this year, she's lost both her brother and sister to COVID. We've all lost people, right? I've lost my 4 grandparents. I've lost childhood friends. Over the years as a pastor, I've lost many members and friends from my church. Though I miss them dearly, though their deaths do hurt, I don't like to talk about them like I've lost them. The Apostle John was the last living apostle. God allowed him to see old age. But in his last years, John also was forced to see a terrible persecution on the church brought about by the Roman government. In fact, they sent him into exile to a tiny island named Patmos. It was there on that island that God allowed John to see a series of 7 visions. He told John to write down what he saw and to send it as a letter to the 7 churches in the province of Asia Minor, what is today Turkey. And that letter he sent is what we now call the book of Revelation. You see, the churches in Asia Minor were suffering terribly. They were being arrested and beaten up. Many of them had lost friends and family. They had seen their loved ones be killed because of their faith in Jesus. It was a time of sadness and fear for the church. But in his visions, in Revelation chapter 6, John saw the souls of those who had been killed because of the word of God. And they were okay. They were dressed in robes of white. They were with God. They were okay. They weren't lost. God knew exactly where they were. They were with Him. They were in heaven. They were okay. In the Old Testament of the Bible, the word for death in the Hebrew language, the language of the Old Testament, that word actually means separation. And it makes sense because death is separation. First and foremost, death is the separation of body and soul, right? But death also separates us from one another. Right now, we can't see our loved ones who have died. But the fact that we can't see them doesn't mean that they're lost. God promises us that because Jesus suffered the sting of death and because He rose from the dead, we can be sure that all those who die in the faith are alive. They are with Him. They are safe. They are enjoying the peace and perfection of heaven. Because Jesus won that forgiveness in heaven for all people. And everyone who believes in Him will live even though they die. I miss my grandparents terribly. I miss my friends and family who have died. But I'm not worried about them. They aren't lost. Unlike my watch, I know exactly where they are.